Hey guys.
What's up, guys? Zade here. Who are we here with today?
Dominic Longy.
And what you do?
Got fifth after Swiss with Prinkets.
At the case tournament here at Tables and Towers, actually. And real quick, before you get in the deck profile, shout out my sponsor, Tsunami Mats. They do custom cloth play mats. Code ZADESLATER5 at checkout for 5% off. And now we can get into it if you're ready.
All right, yeah.
Sick.
So first off, the Prinkets, pretty straightforward.
So you play like a 40-ish card build, right?
Yeah, it's 43 cards total, with only 11 or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, yeah, 11 Prinkets in the main, just so that you see one but not two.
Mm-hmm.
2 is bricky. So pretty standard. I think most people are playing that nowadays.
And the smaller builds?
Yeah. In the bigger builds, you still play 3 of each. And then I played the Souls package and the 2 bricks.
Why only one of each?
I think you play more if you're like high past 40, but since I was only at 43, I kind of felt fine only playing 1 and 1. It was all I needed today, to be honest. This card was insane. It was great. Did its job. And then the bricks, of course.
You gotta run them in almost every deck.
And then after that, I have the hand traps. So I have 3 Ash, 3 Bell, 2 Veiler, and 3 Imper.
How'd this lineup perform today?
It was all pretty good. I didn't actually play against much Despia, so that was a little unfortunate. I played against a lot of Sword Soul, so it was nice to have this in.
Oh yeah, those cards are really strong in that matchup.
The Bell was a little underwhelming, but it did what it needed to be honest.
With a lot of the Sword Soul decks rotating out of 001, this card has like no application in that matchup, I don't think.
Yeah. The only thing I hit against Sword Soul is like, you can hit Despot and Baxia, and that's kind of it.
Oh yeah, Baxia too.
You just hope you don't see it against Sword Soul, to be honest. Then I played the Brave package. This stuff is broken, you gotta play it. It's a standard ratio.
Are you gonna consider the new one now that it's like kind of out?
Illegal Knight?
Yeah.
Probably not in this deck. Maybe you could get away with siding one for going second. I'm not really sure. I want to test it out before I commit to anything.
Yeah. Did you play the Foolish Burial too?
I did. I have it all together with the power one-ofs, essentially. And then the Prinket spells, good. You don't need a third place. If I played 45, I would probably play the third place with the 2 more Souls names, just because it's another spell you could send. It could be a little bricky though.
That card's really strong with Souls though. Lord, it's insane.
Nice. Very free draws. The power one-of spells. These were all incredible for me today. All did their job. Call by hit a lot of strong things, a lot of good hand traps. Foolish always gets you Enchantress.
Speed Duel Foolish is max rarity.
It's nice. And then the 1-for-1, you could summon Souls, Veiler, or Fansies. So you can go into Dark, you can go into Hulk, or you can go into your Prankets plays.
Yeah, so it's like the most versatile extender.
Pretty flexible.
Is that what you consider the 11th name when you're doing your math right there? Because you play 8 kids, 2 field spell, and then that?
Yes, sir. And then 2 last power spells.
How did this perform today?
Honestly, I didn't really see it. I only saw it once today, and it took control of a Sinister, which was pretty good for to make a Verte and break a board.
Sinister what?
Long Young, the big
yeah. I like that card a lot.
So, did its job. I top decked this off Roxy's a lot, so that was nice.
Oh, yeah?
It's pretty sick.
Like, hey, I don't need to make an Anaconda now. Let's go.
I also had, at one point, do you want the side or extra?
Extra first.
Okay. At one point, I did do Roxy's Banish and Imperm just for Souls to draw 2 Imperms.
Oh, gee.
Pretty gross. So the extra deck is pretty solved at this point, to be honest. I think this is just all you need. You never miss the third doodle. You always put 1 back off pranks, so you never need it. Yeah. Then Link Spider and Link Revo. In case you need to make a Verte on the fly. Nice to go into Dark as well.
Yeah, because this can turn Fansies into Dark, right?
Yeah. Or like, even if you have full combo and Souls, you can still do Souls draw 2 and just make a Link Revo. And it's pretty nice to protect your Prank Kid from getting swung over or even DP.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah, it comes up, to be honest. You wouldn't think it does, but... And then the Link 2s, Verte, Dark, and Hulk. All just flexible.
Flexin'.
Yes, sir.
Flexin' with the flexible.
All really good. They get the job done. Climb into access code most of the time. That's what these were used for.
Take DPs or anything crazy today?
No. Honestly, stole a Fallen of Albaz, but it was just the climb in Access
Yeah.
Code. Access Code put in a lot of work today. Broke a lot of boards. The Link 3s, Selene and Unicorn. Selene works because with Souls and Valor. And Valor you can summon off Hulk, so you just get to play the Hulk Selene combo for free.
Do you ever like bring this out on a turn where you not using souls, but then bring souls out and get to use the effect?
Not really. There have been times where I've thought about going into it with Dark, but most of the time you could just climb straight into Access Code or like make Unicorn, one of your Link 2s, make it work. So it didn't come up today, but in theory it's good. It's there if you need it, kind of thing. And Access Code, this card was incredible today, broke so many boards. Yeah, it's just a powerhouse of a card. I had a few moments where it was like Weather Washer would summon back Bow Wow and Doodle, and I could just start my turn by going straight in Access
Oh,
Code.
jeez, yeah, that's dirty. And then you have at least 2 pops.
And when you fusion into the Washer, you use Bow Wow and a name. So you have the one name, you have Meow Meow back in your deck, and then you just make Access Code. And if they can out the Access Code, you still have the one name. And
You have to do full combo.
Yeah, it's pretty gross. And the 3 really good fusions. Actually didn't summon this at all today.
I'm not surprised. It's like weird. Prank Kid's not really a Prank Kid deck. It's like a DPE deck.
Yep, most of the time you're just DP pranks, keep drawing cards. But Butler's really just there for when you really go off. It just makes sure that you win the game. Weather Washer helped me OTK a lot. It was awesome. Very good card.
Okay, because this also has like an Armades effect, right?
Yeah, it didn't come up for me today. It can come up if you have like Bow Wow pointing to it, but not today. So yeah, that's the extra deck. Like I said, it's pretty solved. I think that is like the perfect 15 card extra deck, to be honest. The only thing I ever think about is a second Link Spider, but you don't need it.
Yeah.
Comes up. As long as you don't waste your first one. And then I have the side deck. So 3 Nibiru's and 2 DD Crows. So these were for Sword Soul.
Yeah, they've been being greedy and making like the draw 2 combo instead of the Baron, so this
Yeah.
is just like even more powerful now.
And even if they make the Baron, I can use it, force the Baron negate, and then just play through their board. Because the only thing that Sword Soul makes that I care about really is Sinister, the Long Young Synchro. Everything else I just play through and break. Like, it's really not that bad. The Shisha target negate doesn't matter, the Baron negate doesn't matter. Blackout can be a little rough too, but gets the job done. It either wipes them out or gets the Baron negate. Crow was for Despia, but I only played against Branded Eldritch today. That was the closest thing, and I didn't really see it. So the one time I saw it was against Virtual World, and I tried to hit it Nyan Nyan, and he belled me. So I was like, whatever.
At least it got rid of the bell.
Yeah, I still lost, but did its job. And then I have the 3rd Talents on the side, just for people are always siding in more hand traps. So
So is that for going first specifically?
Yeah, it's for going first, except for against Sword Soul. I'll put it in going second, just because the mind control effect is really, really powerful against them.
Yeah, like you're saying, the Cheese Out's the only thing you lose to, so if they use one of its effect, you take it so they can't do the other.
And then you just go into like Darker Verte with one of their synchros, and it's usually game after that. Just use their own things to break their own board. Then I have Set Rotation, Terraforming, Zombie World, and Mystic Mind.
Damn, the field spell package.
Yeah, so this didn't really come in a lot today. This was mostly for Flunder. I put this in once when I didn't know what my opponent was because he scooped game 1 before playing any cards, so I figured Mystic Mind pretty all-arounder. Zombie World came up once against Flunder, but I bricked super hard. I opened 2 Twin Twisters, Set Rotation, Zombie World, and Draco back. Couldn't do anything about it. It happens.
Have you had the crazy line of Set Rotation where you give them a field spell and then bounce it back with Dracoback come up yet?
No, because I don't put this in going first. I've thought about doing that, but that was most of my deck list is a copy of Raphael Nevins, to be honest. And that was one of the things I cut down on because it was like, yeah, I just feel like you don't need it. Because he was at 50 cards, and I just cut 7 cards from his list, essentially. So, the Zombie Worlds did their job. They bought me a few turns. And then this is pretty standard right now. I think every Prank Kids deck is playing this. There's a lot of Eldritch running around. There was a ton of Eldritch.
And then this card has just insane overlap against a lot of matchups. Like I love that against Fluanderies. I love it against like your deck against Prank Kids. It's nice.
You just hit them in the standby, or even like Sword Soul because they put in a lot of floodgates going first. So they put in like anti-spell and rivalry, and you could put these in, just blow those out, and then all you have to worry about is the Long Young, like I was saying. Just break the board from there.
Man, this card is just gas right now. It's actually just gas. And this is the only card against Flu that stops the really annoying trap, the Harpies one.
Yeah, that's true. Never saw it today. I sided it in, but just didn't come up. It would have been good in theory because it's really easy to just climb an access code and then pop everything. You know?
Yeah, clear the board, go for game. You have anything else you want to say?
No, that's pretty much it. I really like the list. It performed pretty well. I am thinking about the second Illusion and the second Souls, because Souls was really good for me today. It just did its job.
That card's like insane. It's like
Yeah.
the best extender you can have. It's almost a starter because it draws you into stuff.
Yeah, so it was pretty nice. The only other thing I got is a few shoutouts. So shoutouts to Austin Forsyth, Gerald Mace, and Randall Lynch. All my training partners. I got a lot of games in against them for Despia. What are the other decks? Sword Soul and Sad comparatively. So pretty all-rounded. You get to a good feel of what Prankets need to beat the meta.
Hell yeah. Shout out those guys.
Yeah.
And thank you.
Thank you for having me.